Hello and welcome to the first of our player interviews here at Red Fans, and I'm delighted to announce that joining me on the line now is Sergio Torres. Sergio, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Thank you.
Brilliant. Just firstly, obviously, we all find ourselves in a bit of a strange situation at the moment. How are you and all of your family coping in these strange times?
Yeah, of course, it's difficult times, but if I always kind of look at the positives out of everything in life, and the positives for me is like spending time with my two little girls, which normally with my crazy lives, playing and coaching at Eastbourne, and my full-time job coaching kids, I'm hardly at home. So Sunday is normally the only day I spend with them. So yeah, I'm really enjoying spending a lot of time with my kids.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, but I bet that's nice for them as well. So just to move on to your time at Crawley, obviously, what we'd like to focus on in this. So obviously, you were at Peterborough before you signed for the Red Devils. I was just wondering, when you were at the club and you heard that Crawley were interested, I don't know if you heard through an agent or how it sort of worked, but what were your initial thoughts about the club when you heard about the possibility of moving there?
Yeah, it was through an agent, and my first reaction was no, because I looked and it was in the conference, and I worked so hard over the year to come through a non-league to be playing in the football league, and after doing it for 5 years at the time, I was like, I worked so hard to just got relegated from the Championship to League One and to go down again to the conference. My first thought was like, no, I don't think I will do it. But after meeting, I had a meeting. I went anyway with a meeting with Steve because I knew my time at Peterborough was done. I had a year left on my contract, but the manager at the time, Gary Johnson, he didn't even see me play, and he came to me and said, "Look, you're not going to play at all. So basically, look for a new club." So I didn't have many options at the time, to be fair, and then I had a meeting with Steve, which went really well. I really enjoyed, and he sold me the club. He sold me the dream that they were putting together a very strong squad, and they really wanted to get promoted. And I asked my mate Russ, who used to live in Brighton, and he said, "Sergio, you can live in Brighton. It's only 20 minutes. Lovely place to live." So I spoke to my wife, and then we decided to move down here, and probably one of the best decisions I made in my career.
Yeah, it's good to hear it. It all worked out in the end. Then you said about your friend, was it Russ? Was he a footballer or a coach or someone that you knew?
Yeah. It's my one of my best friends, Russell Martin, who he's the manager at MK Dons now. I used to play at Wycombe, and I remember I gave him a call because he's from Brighton, and when I was looking at Crawley, he was close. So he said. He said, "You're gonna love living where I'm from in Argentina. I live near the sea, and then I've been missing since I was in England. I never was closer to the sea, so I was missing that a lot. And then that was a big part coming down here."
Oh, right, I see. Yeah, obviously I've heard of Russell Martin, saw him as a player a few times. My next question about Crawley was just going to be who welcomed you in at the club, and if you had to say which of your teammates were you closest to, just in that first period after you signed?
To be fair, I don't know, but we hit. I don't think I knew anyone like when I first joined. So it was at the beginning, of course, it was the first few days, but we bonded so good. We created such a probably the best dressing room I ever been. One of the best dressing room. It's just everyone really. We didn't really have any egos, any players who you think like they're going to play for themselves. No, we were playing as a team. I absolutely love spending time with Bully. He, inside and outside of the pitch, he was just one of these persons who just make you laugh. And even on the pitch, like he used to always say something funny or take the mickey or do something, and then it just make you relax. And then so I was, always I love playing next to Bully and spending time, but I used to love talking to Smadja, Ben Smith. He's probably one of the most clever guys I came across in football. And, it's really nice to have good conversation. Josh Simpson, got really close with Josh. Matt Sadler, the year after, we bond really, really good relationship. And until the day of today, we talking pretty much every week. He lives in Birmingham now. But, that's the good things about football. I can't name you all, but Hunty, Steve Hunt, Scott Shearer, Kipes, Topsy, everyone.
Yeah, it sounds like a really, really tight-knit group that Steve Evans managed to put together for that campaign.
It was like I said, like we couldn't wait to go and train because we knew something new was happening. I know when I forgot Scotty Nilsson, he was one of the funniest characters I come across. And watching these games, like the last few games, like what a talent he was, And I always wish, and I always say to Scotty, if you put a bit more, if you really want it, like you can play higher. He's got the ability. I see yesterday in the game yesterday, Jamie Cook as well. What a talent he was. And another guy, a really, really funny guy. Really, I think that was the key for that team. Like he built a really good, strong team, no big egos. We just pull all in the same direction, and we had Topsy as well, which it was the main difference.
Yeah. Earlier you spoke about working for 5 years to get your opportunity in the Football League. I noticed that, am I right in saying your first club was Molesey in England?
Yeah, it was in the Ryman Prem, I think it was. Well, I came on trial to Brighton originally when I came to England, and that after 2 weeks they were in League One at the time, and that's when I realised how professional, how good the football is in Europe and in England especially. I never expected a third division club to be so professional. The players were like, honestly, I couldn't believe how strong, how quick they were, and I was like, wow, this is out of my depth, big time here. So I remember Mark McGee said, you're a good player, but you need to be stronger physically. And I just started working on that. I took it on board, his comments, as much as he heard me at the time, because my dream was to be a professional. But, it took me 2 years playing non-league basis talk mostly, and working and learning my English. I think that was a big thing as well. Learning the language is key. And whenever everyone is asking me from Argentina, they want to come and try and play here, I just try to learn the English, the language, because I think it's key in the dressing room. And how I felt in those first few weeks, it was not nice. You couldn't really talk to anyone. But yeah, I worked really hard and then I signed my first pro contract at Wycombe Wanderers, which was another lovely, lovely club as well.
Yeah, I mean, having watched the streams and the matches, you could tell just how skillful you are and gifted with the ball at your feet. Starting off in the Ryman Prem, was that non-league sort of a good crash course in how to sort of develop your physical side of the game and how to play in England? Yeah,
100%. I remember the first few games, and I just did not have time on the ball whatsoever. It was so physical. Hardly play any football. It was to play long ball a lot. I used to play in the middle, and then the ball bypassed me so many times. But I learned the other side, like winning second balls and kind of fighting for the team and then fighting for the ball, which in Argentina was pretty much like skillful, and then I didn't really like to tackle that much. And but I absolutely loved it. That's why I stay here, and that's why I'm 38 and I'm still playing, because I love the way the English people play the game and the passion they put in every game. I think the non-league teach me that, and I've been playing the last 6 years in non-league because I just love how everyone plays the game here.
Yeah, all right, that's a really good insight into how you made your name. Just moving on to the Twitter questions now from the fans. They all wished you and your family your best wishes before asking their questions. So just move into them. JT said, what is your favourite goal that you scored for Crawley?
I think everyone who who came to watch me or something, like they're gonna know which goal I'm gonna say. Is of course the goal against Derby County in I think it was the second round of the FA Cup to reach the third round. If I'm not wrong, I think that's the first time the club Crawley reached the third round of the FA Cup at the time, and it was such a special occasion. We're playing Derby, who was in the Championship. And the game was showing live on TV, on ESPN, I think it was. And it was just amazing. It was raining a lot. The game was really tough. And then, in the 91st minute, Dean Howell just shank a corner, and then he came to the edge of the box, and I just tried to make contact to get on target because there was so many bodies in front. I just thought, just get it on target and anything can happen. And luckily it just went in. And the next 15, 20 seconds is probably the best I ever feel on the football pitch. You can't really imagine that feeling, just scoring that goal. So yeah, that's definitely my best goal for Crawley Town.
Yeah. Liam Green asked a similar question, just how you felt scoring that iconic goal. And I was going to add to that, but you've just said a little bit, just like when Dean Howe he can't have intended that cross to trickle along the ground towards you, but when you saw it just coming towards you in space on the ground, what was sort of going through your head? Or you just, like you said, just trying to get it on target and test the keeper?
Yeah, to be fair, it took me absolutely by surprise. I didn't even realize that I had no one next to me because, of course, if you hit 100 corners, 99 is going to go on the box, or it's going to go, they're going to clear the first man, it's going to clear. You never really expect at the edge of the box unless it's something we prepare, which we didn't. But I remember in the interview after, Steve Evans said that we've been practicing that in the week. And I was like, when they asked me, I was like, nah. I said, yeah, we practiced a few times. No, we never practiced. It was just completely shanked by Dean, and then it just took me by surprise. But I just happily, just wanted to get it on target. That was my main thing, and because the pitch was so wet, and then just before that corner, because I always had a feeling I was going to score. I don't know why. I was having not my greatest game. I think about 20 minutes to go, I was about to come off. I remember seeing my number come up, and I was about to come off, and Scott Nielsen got cramp. So Steve Evans changed. Instead of taking me off, he took Scotty off. So after that, like the destiny, I was like, I don't know, but I got a feeling I'm going to score. And never really happened because I don't score many goals in my career. And then just before that, I just had a shot inside the box, and then the goalkeeper was nowhere. And then they cleared off the line, like header off the line. And then I was on the floor, and then I remember, oh no, that was the chance. That was my chance. Wow, I was. And then from that corner, I scored as well. So no, it was amazing. What like I said, the next 30, 40 seconds, then the fans ran on the pitch as soon as the full whistle went. It's just the next few days were absolutely mental with the papers ringing, everyone. So it was amazing. I think we put Crawley on the map definitely after beating Derby. Yeah,
for sure. Mike Wheeler asks, what is the one thing you miss most when you left the club?
To be fair, I missed the fans a lot. It was really tough for me leaving. After 4 years, I got quite emotional, to be fair. I remember when John Gregory called me to his office and said, I was in and out, to be fair, when he came. He said, we're not going to offer you anything. It was a big blow for me because, like I said, I spent 4 years at the club, the first two, unbelievable, two back-to-back promotions, playing at Old Trafford, everything. And it was hard. It was really hard at the time, but that's football. And that teach me that, not really loyalty in football. If it's a game of opinion, if a manager doesn't really like the way you play or don't think it will suit you, his style, he made his signing. So I miss the fans a lot. I miss the place. I miss driving from Brighton to Crawley every day. I miss the ground. So I've been a few times after to watch a few games, and of course, every time I see, I was like, I would love to be playing here again. I miss the people in the office. There were Bruce, everyone at the office was absolutely really, really kind to me all my time there. So yeah, it's an amazing family club, and I just all the time I had great memories.
Yeah. Next couple of questions, slightly similar. F. Jeddles asked, what was your favourite match in a red shirt? So that's up to you to interpret whether sort of the game or your own performance or the occasion. What was the one you most enjoyed?
The one I enjoy the most, of course, is Manchester United at Old Trafford. It's just, I think if you ask any of the players from this year, I would say the same. It was a dream come true. As someone who play always non-league, League One, League Two, it's like it's a dream to play at the Theatre of Dreams, and it's just, I don't know, the build up, and then 3 weeks after we beat Turkey, I remember it was just, you wanted to play, but you didn't want to get injured. So it was like we had to win our games in the league to keep, being top of the league or second in the league, and we wanted to get promoted. But also, I remember Steve Evans say very clearly, if someone is not performing in the league, they're not going to play. Doesn't matter if you Taps, if you Torres, if you anyone. So it was quite a tricky situation, but definitely, that was the first time when I realized I got really nervous to play football. So that game, I didn't really sleep that night. I remember I was sharing the bed with Ben Smith. Then I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I just couldn't sleep. It's just that was definitely my best memory of best game.
All right, wicked. Thanks. That answers one of the later questions that JP asked. What was it like to play at Old Trafford? JP helped us out with some of the intro videos and stuff on the streams. So the next question comes in from Joe Sharp. He said, "Where do you see yourself after you retire from football? Whether that would be sort of coaching, which you say you're already doing, or media agent, or?"
Yeah, no. To be fair, I've been thinking a lot since I left Crawley. To be fair, like what to do. When I joined Whitehawk, of course, I need another job. You got a family, you got a mortgage. I was working for the owners at Whitehawk in an office for 2 years, and at the beginning it was really tough for me because after playing 9 years football professionally to go and work in an office 8 to 5 was really tough. But you have to do it. You have to put food in your kids' table and pay the mortgage and pay the bills. And I made really good friends. And then after 2 years, I was enjoying. But the opportunity to coaching came, and football is my life. It's all I know. It's what I know the most. So that's why I went to coach. I done my badges. I got UEFA B. And this year, I was player coach at Eastbourne Borough. I was the assistant manager, and I really, really enjoyed that role. So I really want to play. Still playing, but my back is giving me a bit of a grief at the moment. I have few issues, I have few injections, so I don't know. I want to play a little bit, probably not every game, but if my back is okay next season, and also be the assistant manager. So I like to go into. I'm not sure if to be a manager, but I'm trying to study the game a lot more than what I was before, and study about tactics, and using this time now to really learn and then watch videos and that to kind of open your mind a little bit more about different tactics and how different people view the game. Of course, I got my own opinions, but it's good to see different things. But definitely be involved in football. That's what I want to do.
All right, brilliant. The last question comes in from your former teammate Josh Simpson. Got in touch, and I'm not sure how serious he's being with this question, but he said, "Who's the best midfielder you played with at Crawley Town, if you had to pick one?"
Well, Josh is up there, definitely. Like I say, he's one of my close friends as well. I absolutely love playing with Josh. He is a bit like me, like he gives 100%. We used to be the master, me and him, like winning second balls probably for the team. I would have to pick. I can't just pick one. I absolutely love playing with Bully as well. And I love playing with Ben Smith as well because he's a technical player. So Josh, Bully, me, and Smadja, that'd be a great midfielder. And Josh is a good lad.
Yeah, I'm sure most opponents will have a tough afternoon coming up against you lot in the middle of the park.
Nah, brilliant. No, I forgot to say Hope Agpan as well when he joined us after. He was different class. To be fair, we knew he was gonna go play higher, definitely.
All right, brilliant. That's all of the questions we've had sent in. So really grateful for your time, Sergio.
No worries. I always have time for anything if you ever want me in the future. And thank you so much for showing the games, guys. Again, it's a lot of good memories coming back, and then it's brilliant. I even told my dad in Argentina, so he's watching it there, and he's so happy to see me play again. So no, I appreciate that. And Paul, of course, Paul put all this together, and it's absolutely brilliant, like what he's doing. And the fans from a few years. Probably some of the new fans now, they didn't really see us play that much back then, but it was a really really good time for the club. I think these 2 years back-to-back promotions, and then luckily maintain the football league status. And I always keep a close eyes what they're doing and trying to come to as many games as they can. And the new owners, they're doing brilliant. So hopefully the club is going to be on the up.